welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode, a New Year's episode.
Happy New Year, everybody!
And welcome back to Blerd Survival Guide. We don't know how we sound yet, but you may hear something a little different. It may sound a little clearer, it may sound a little better, and
a little sharper,
a little nicer, if
crisper,
you might say,
if you will.
Little key production in the process with our new sound engineer introducing Mr. Ryan Key to the Blerd Survival Guide.
Welcome to the podcast, Ryan. Hey, we're happy to have you.
We are very happy to have you. He is here to help us out whenever he can, whenever we love him that he is here with us today and hopefully here with us for the foreseeable future. But yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year's to the people in our studio. Miriam, who now has a mic of her own.
Hey! I'm on the mic.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, Jay, who's still on the same mic.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a new year. It's a new episode. We are back to finish out this season 2 of ours. And Jay, how have you been? I know it's been a couple weeks since we've seen each other.
Well, it's been a couple weeks since we've been together like this. We've seen each other off and on throughout the year or throughout the past couple weeks. But, since a break, I have been doing pretty great. Been enjoying some time with the family. Been enjoying some time with some friends. We had a New Year's Eve party at Miriam's house.
Yeah.
Got to cook I got to cook a Christmas dinner for my family. That was great. I got a smoker for Christmas, so I'm officially a 40-year-old man. I got golf clubs last year. I got a smoker this year. I really do think I am quickly turning 40.
Yeah, despite it's definitely not a slow transition.
Yet, but it's happening. The transformation is underway. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that and pretty happy with it, to be fair with you.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. We are finally finished with peak season at Amazon, so
bless you.
I've been resting and relaxing. This elf.
You can push your
put away your elf.
Yeah,
the
ears are gone, and I am back to my normal status as a Amazon warehouse worker. Yay! The smile on my face.
I think I detect a hint of sarcasm.
Sure.
No, not that.
We love our employers.
Yeah.
They pay our rent.
Yeah, definitely that. But no, it's good to take some time. I immediately put in for a little vacation time so that I would not have to go this past week because, if I'm not here, I'm definitely there.
But that's not all you've been working on.
Yeah, I've also been working on a few side projects. Like I said in my little thank you letter to the end of the year for you guys. Mm-hmm. I've been working on I wouldn't necessarily say a Broadway musical, but not necessarily also a movie musical, but it's definitely a musical of sorts.
Okay.
That I've been working on. It's a jukebox musical. The working title is called Bud Like You, the musical, using songs from AJR, from Max, from it's other artists. I can't even think of their names right now. I'd have to look it up, but it's a project that I'm working on, and you'll see hopefully some snippets. How long have I been working on it? Well, it's been in my head office for about
head office.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, my little the upstairs office for quite some time, a little over a couple of years. It's just been sitting in there waiting for it to come out. But I've actually started working on it back in. It is 2022 now. Not October, like November.
Okay, so a couple months.
Yeah.
So you've had a couple months of production.
Yeah, I finished
and detailing.
Yeah, I finished out the outline and picking out the music and stuff. I finished that around the end of December, and then I've started finally actually writing the script for it.
I tell you, I am anxiously and excitedly awaiting the draft on this because honestly, I know how your brain works, and your brain works a lot like a DJ, but also a movie cinematographer. What's the thing? Like if you could score a movie, I think that would be your perfect job. And so,
I don't know how to score though.
Well, I mean, if it was a jukebox movie,
musical, yeah,
music, like this is something that I'm really excited to see because you're gonna like combine your two loves here, which is like the screen and music.
Yeah, and that's essentially what I'm trying to do. And like I said, you're gonna see, hopefully, as the year goes on, you'll see snippets of it as I get it fully envisioned and fleshed out.
Yeah.
Once I get it fleshed out, then I'll start seeing about. And guys, if you're listening, if you know people who want to act, who can also sing and or dance, let a brother know so we can start getting that all fleshed out and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I've been working on and still working on and staying up late nights for when I'm not at work because I have the time to do that, and I'm thankful that I have the time to do that. Big facts. Along with the podcast and our ever-growing multimedia corporation conglomerate business that we're doing. But yeah, that's...
I think what I think we have to do for this episode, though, is look back at the year that we've had, because we haven't been doing this a full year. We started in March. We did start March. We started in March. Granted, we did have an Instagram out for about a year before that happened.
True.
And so from there, we've really built this podcast. And to reflect on it, I think is something that we should definitely do for us and for our listeners.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've grown and done so much.
It's shaped and taken shape
since we started the Instagram, and I mean that was just over 2 years ago. Let me see if I can find that first post on the Blerd Pop Guide Instagram.
I'd love for you to, because honestly, I think that's a keystone date in time when you and I, because this was, like you said, up in our head office for a solid year before we launched the Instagram even, and then we did the Instagram, and then Miriam came on board and was like, hey, I can help y'all actually do this thing the way that you want to do it. Yeah. And I have so much appreciation for the amount of sound, like the amount of development that's gone on, because I mean, heck, we started with one mic and a computer, then it was 2 mics and a computer, then it was 2 mics and 2 computers, and
look at us now.
And look at us now.
Look at us now. 3 mics, 1 computer, and a soundboard.
Hey.
I mean, like, this is the dream come true almost. I mean, we're obviously still ever evolving, but in order to evolve, you have to look back to move forward, in my opinion.
February 18th, 2020 was the very first post of Blerd Pop Guide's Instagram.
Wow. And then like a year and a month later, after the pandemic launches, or is like fully underway.
The pandemic itself has also evolved. We've gone from
regular
coronavirus to the Delta variant.
So season 1 is OG. Season 2 is Delta. Season 3 about to be Omarion variant.
Y'all need to stop putting that on my boy Omarion.
Hey, he rectified and notified us about saying he was like, I'm not. He did the whole TikTok. If you haven't seen the TikTok, find it.
It was a PSA.
He was like, guys, I'm not a variant. I'm not a disease. I'm still me. And please just stay at home, stay healthy for our sake and for yours. And yeah, we'll go from there. But
season 3,
but that Omarion variant is where season 3 kind of is going to hit us in the hit us. Yeah, but
we're gonna come as hard as the Omarion variant, but with nothing but quality and goodness.
Because we're gonna hit him with the icebox where my heart used to be.
Okay.
This is something about Mario.
It
was a hit and a miss.
he was a dancer.
You either knew it or you didn't.
He's a singer.
Slash actor. Slash act. For me, I'm saying for me. He was also just the villain. Really, he was just the villain in Fat Albert. That's really all he was to me.
That's all I know.
And then, like, he did a song with Chris Brown. Like, that was kind of it for my Omarion.
Right, you know who Omarion is past the... Thank you. Okay, I'm not alone in this fight.
I'm not. I'm sure you weren't. I'm sure half of our listenership is upset with me for not listening to it.
They better be, because...
I'm sorry. I was a Chris Breezy kind of guy. I can't help it. I had... I took a hiatus like everybody else, but he's come back with a vengeance, and I appreciate it. And Omarion ain't... I mean, he's just...
Omarion is just the villain of R&B at this point. That's what he is.
Facts. Facts.
He stopped the whole B2K tour and everything. But it's like, I am the talent.
What? Did he really?
Mm-hmm. He essentially...
That's why...
He said, y'all aren't invited to this tour. It's my tour.
Dang.
He is 50 Cent level of villain.
That's a heavy level of villain right there.
Exactly. They are the league of...
That's
they are the league of hip-hop
boss.
villains. They are the league of hip-hop villains. That's what that is.
So we're halfway through season 2.
Oh my God!
I have a mic now. I can steer this back. On track.
But no, just going back to like
the year in review.
The year that we've had since we've created our Facebook and Instagram page. I mean, it started with just the Instagram post to start, and getting people excited. Not even talking about the podcast yet. I think one thing that did push us, other than Miriam joining on and Corona, yeah. One thing that did push us / me to actually like go through with this is that I did. It was one of the things you sent me about applying to that media transfer for like Melanin Animated.
Yeah.
And they were looking for people, and they wanted me to do essentially a video essay on like a superhero, and then I was just thinking, wait, I can just do this on my own and not worry about it, and that's where I did like the Cyborg and number 5 and all of those for a minute.
I remember that, and I think that I also remember in the year that we had made the Instagram, following it, that was the first time we went to a con.
Yeah.
That was the first time we went to a con, and like I think that was like a really big spark for us. We went to Comic-Con, and like all of a sudden we were just like, wait a minute. Yeah. Like it was like meeting Blerd over and Micah, and
we didn't know who they were at the time. They didn't know us at the time. It was just like, wait, these are black people who got a table at a Comic-Con.
Literally, that's all it was. We were just like, that is the representation that we needed to know that we could do this.
Yeah, and look at us. We appreciate Melanin Animated for kicking us in the butt to actually like create video essays.
Truly,
we appreciate Blerd Over and the team and Micah and Skip Dad 88 to give us that physical representation that we needed to push us into where we are today with Blerd Survival Guide. And I mean, that's one of my favorite episodes that we did with them during the year was the interview with Blerd Over.
I think that those are some of my favorite. Like the two crossover episodes we did with Wrapped and with Blerd Over. I think that those were just like big moments for us.
Definitely. I mean, especially for it to be like season 1 and we
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we get with definitely set in podcasts as well as definitely media companies that are doing the things, and we're just our newly minted soft-footed selves are just getting in there trying to step in and become something, and we are slowly getting there. We're just slowly getting there, and I'm happy for us because those are some of the small things that like.
I mean, they were just kicks in. They were arguably kicks in the butt, but like they were also just pivotal moments that just kept us moving forward. Honestly,
inspiration.
The greatest.
Condensation. Oh. Not condensation. Never mind.
But that I think doing the Wrapped podcast, that was one of my top 2 memories.
The Wrapped Survival Guide crossover podcast.
I mean, like I don't know. I got really into that one. Because of the breadth of subject matter. Like
it helped that we went to school with the guys who were on it.
We knew them. Like we had already had a previously established relationship.
The chemistry was there.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. We just got like super hyped up on the different theme songs for different shows. The hype around the Scooby-Doo What's New Scooby-Doo song.
Oh yeah, Simple Plan.
yeah, that was one of my favorite moments for sure.
Man, that theme song.
I still, Brian, you told a story about it. I think that you had gone to a concert and they had like played because they had run out of songs to play or something for the set.
Simple Plan played Warp Tour.
Yeah, they played Warp Tour and they did the What's New Scooby-Doo song.
Yeah,
and that.
I mean, I've seen it on TikTok too. It's like they did it as their encore. It's just like, do y'all want us to do it? Y'all want us to do it? And like they were just screaming, yeah. Obviously, you hear, what's new Scooby-Doo? I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Do a flip.
I mean, that just goes into like all the movies that we've seen in the past year. January, February. I mean, Marvel just kicked us off with some of the best gosh darn things that we've seen all of 2021.
What's so bizarre about it is because it's during COVID, it's all so intertwined because I've watched the majority of it on my television set as opposed to having to go to the movie theater. And it's engulfing and a bit overwhelming to think about how much we've consumed of it.
All of the above.
But it's also like, it feels like we went to the movie theater for it. Does that make sense?
It was the level of Marvel that would get us there. I mean, we got WandaVision. It's a 9-episode TV series, but it was filmed as if we were watching those TVs in that era, going up onto the last 3 episodes where it's like, good Lord, we are watching WandaVision the movie at this point.
Big facts.
And then we got, from there we get to Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we see that whole thing. We had some of my favorite episodes where we just dove deep into the episodes of Captain America, Falcon, Winter Soldier,
that whole arc,
Captain, what did I call him? Cadet America.
Cadet America. But like, I mean, it's so. Because like
it all just happened.
It all just happened, and it happened so fast.
And even during Captain America, we got Black Widow in theaters.
But the thing is, none of it was released in the order that it was originally planned to be released in. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but that throws me off when I think about it, because I'm like, all right, so we were supposed to get Black Widow, and then we were supposed to get WandaVision, and then we were supposed to get it and get Captain America, Winter Soldier.
We were supposed to get Loki. No, it was supposed to get Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki,
Shang-Chi.
Yes. Yeah,
I thought Shang-Chi was supposed to come out earlier.
Doctor Strange was supposed to come out after WandaVision.
It was. We were supposed to get Doctor Strange for Spider-Man No Way Home.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were supposed to introduce the multiverse before Spider-Man did. But now it's the other way. Spider-Man introduced the multiverse, the actual multiverse, before Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Was What If released when it was supposed to be released?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's one of the people, because it's animated, so you can do.
They were doing it at home. It was on production time schedule, on track for time schedule right there.
But like Loki had to change essentially their whole ending because of COVID and everything. Like the whole he who remains, his whole stuff was essentially improv, like him talking. Well, I mean, of course you have a few monologue stuff that deals with the multiverse and everything, but other than that, like his movements and everything that he did there were basically 2 endings, and the one that we got was the improv post-COVID ending, not the actual ending that we were supposed to be getting.
And I mean, like, you feel that, right? Like, I feel like you feel that when you watch it, because like after all of these stories that have been told from the start of January to now, like to the third Spider-Man film.
God loves Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh man, it was so freaking phenomenal. I mean, you just kind of get lost in the shuffle of it all, while also comprehending the whole story. In my opinion.
I mean, essentially, 2021, we just saw we've seen the opening of the multiverse 5 times, from WandaVision to Loki to Doctor Strange, which we haven't seen yet, but technically we were supposed to Spider-Man No Way Home, to Marvel's What If.
Right. To Marvel's, so 5 times.
We've seen 2021 was the year of Marvel's multiverse, and we finally get the introduction of that. Now we're actually going to see what happens post multiverse opening.
I don't even know how we're going to analyze it all.
I mean, we have all of 2022. That's what we're doing. And I mean, we still got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is actually going to be the Kang the Conqueror.
And that was supposed to come out this year too.
It was supposed to come out in 2021. Yep. Yeah. Black Panther 2 was supposed to come out. Wakanda Forever was supposed to come out last year. All that issues with Letitia Wright and her COVID.
Oh, she had COVID?
No, she didn't have COVID. She's one of the celebrities that doesn't believe in the vaccine and all that, and she's making it very adamant.
Fascinating.
Even post Chadwick Boseman dying, it's like we had this man who's been coming to work sick as hell. Yeah, and you don't want to get a vaccine shot.
That's disappointing. It's also challenging for me to like think of her in that role, like because of that.
Exactly,
you know?
And that's the other thing. Like, you're one of the smartest. Like, your character is literally the smartest person in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Like, yeah,
but you as a person don't want to get the COVID vaccine shot.
Exemplifying a lot of intelligence there. If you get a chance. Sidebar to watch Don't Look Up. This is like a perfect example of it. Like, all these people are not listening to the scientists. They're just like brushing it to the side. They're telling them doomsday is upon them, and they end up just doing exactly what you would expect
actual America
to do. And it's truly frustrating because like you're just like, there's an opportunity for greatness here, and you're trying to
diminish that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, but like I said, all those movies and TV shows that we've just seen throughout the year, thanks to Marvel, thanks to Netflix, thanks to Hulu, they've just got
so much.
Yeah,
Paramount Plus. Paramount. I even got Paramount Plus this year because of things like because of the content that was put out.
So I have a question.
We have an answer.
What is each of yours? That's not grammatically correct. But what is your favorite episode from the last year?
So, like, can I have, like, a top 2? Is that an option?
Yeah,
all
for
of
sure.
them are my favorite.
For sure.
This is because, like, you're asking me to, like, pick my favorite child right now.
All of my children are favorites.
Pick your top 2.
I mean, you know, if we were British, we would definitely have favorites.
Jeez.
All of them.
You know, there's that
I
episode
already just
of The
saw
Crown.
my first one, one of my favorites.
Go ahead.
Blerd Boys Take Texas, y'all.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
We went on a quick hiatus. It was post Miriam and Jeremy's birthday. We talked about it. We had talked about that Airbnb. And
Oh, man.
that whole ordeal.
Shock. That whole saga.
Oh no. I'll never forget.
And I mean, no, it was just cool because I mean, we got to talk about me personally, and I'm being selfish here, is that I got to talk about meeting my family, my dad's side of the family, and brothers and sisters that I've never met.
Yeah,
that was dope to do. Yeah, that's my first one. I guess we can go back and forth. Or I can try and find my second one.
From the first season, and I'll pick one from the second season.
Well, there you go. Let me find one from the second season.
That's the best way I know how to do it. And for my first one, I'm going to go with Saturday Morning Nostalgia. And that was our second episode. And I didn't even think about it being our second episode because it really started our voice. And like our first one was an introduction, and our second one really was this we took the opportunity to really kind of evolve in real time. You know, it was like, all right, so we're going to talk about these lists of cartoons and TV shows and why they served the purpose that they served, and our becoming into our own identity, coming into our own and shaping our own identities, and like that's a lot of what our podcast is about. Is like, how did these things that we have watched or
shape our identities?
Exactly.
And I think that to that point, that episode really shaped what the podcast would become. Right, like it not only has the Blerd deep dive into these nerdy things, the things that you grew up with, but also like the sentimental attachment that you guys have to them. And I think that vulnerability and that openness that you guys showed in that episode really set the tone for each episode following, because that's a structure that we do on each episode is talk about the nerdy shit, but also how it affects you as people.
True.
That's exactly it. And I mean, and that's kind of why I picked it, right? Like it I don't know, like there was a real back and forth there between the two of us. Like, I mean,
just going through, like, I mean, we both had different childhoods, but the same when it comes to like a lot of the cartoons and stuff that we do watch.
A lot of similarities.
Yeah,
but like you weren't a WB kid, and I really wasn't like a
Disney Channel, and
exactly. Like we had our different things that shaped us individually, but brought us together as a collective.
Yeah.
So that's why, yeah.
Okay. All right. So my second one from season 2 would be Crossover Country. We did talk about, I mean, that's going back to the cartoons. Yeah. We talked about the crossovers and Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, Volume 1, 2, and 3, and just all the crossovers that we could think of from that day. And then even after that, I was still thinking about crossovers that like we didn't even discuss. And I would see something on like TikTok or Instagram, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, that was a good there was crossover. A lot of things that we didn't touch on. Like, and I even like afterward, which... and the cool thing about this is it really, the reason why we have such short episodes is because you and I always know that we can go on, and we want the conversation to continue.
Yeah.
After that episode, I had like so many just like moments. I'm like, we missed
so many
different crossovers.
I mean, even beforehand, we talked about, and I remember like that's how much I remember this episode. We talked about like the Disney Channel crossovers, and we only touched like the live action ones, but we never touched the cartoon ones with like Kim Possible going to Hawaii for Lilo and Stitch, or like Proud Family going to Hawaii for Lilo and Stitch and stuff like that. And it was just like we didn't even touch those, but we talked like, I mean, we talked about it beforehand, talked about our ones on the podcast, and then we had still so many more afterwards that we talked about. And it's just like crossovers.
I mean, they're a fan favorite.
Yep.
Historically, they're just one of those things that, you know, always is enjoyable.
Oh yeah,
and especially because you're merging worlds, and that's always is frequently appreciated, unless it's not and done poorly, which we've seen.
We've seen that as well. We don't talk about those.
We try not to.
No. But how about you? What's your last favorite from season 2?
Season 2, it's got to be. It has anime gone mainstream. I loved that discussion. I think that it was one where you and I actually kind of got to debate a little bit, you know, because there's, and I I still somewhat agree with you. Like I can't. You've brought me to a good conclusion that it's like on its way to being mainstream.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still hopeful for it to be mainstream right now. Still am. And I think that's in large part because of Pokemon and because of Dragon Ball Z. Strictly those two.
Yeah,
Strictly those two are the ones that, in my opinion, are in that like. I mean, hell, if Target's selling the stuff, I mean, it's kind of
like I said, we're getting there. It's still getting up to the mainstream status. I mean, you got Target and Walmart's been selling it, but a lot of people sleep on Walmart fashion.
That's facts, and they should.
Your boy shop there religiously.
Walmart stand right here.
Exactly. Everything you see on my body right now is from Walmart.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
But what we're going to do now is take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor, Anchor, and then we'll be right back with the weekly blurb. We'll be right back, guys. It's time for the weekly blurb. Okay,
welcome
we're back.
back, everybody.
Do. Yeah. No.
No.
Jay, no.
Please excuse my early 2000s upbringing and Carlos.
That's not very PC, bro.
Was it Carlos Mencia?
I believe so,
That
yeah.
was awful. That was a time.
D was very bad.
That's not okay, guys.
It's not okay.
Just know that.
The weekly blurb.
Welcome back to the weekly blurb.
We're gonna go with that.
Go in.
Go with that.
We're back from break, and I guess looking at our board.
What
We're
we
gonna
have
do
up for everybody?
New Year's resolution. Since it is the new year and it's about that time where you make those false inhabitants and goals, and you try and do them for the first couple days, but then you kind of give up and just go back to eating what you've been eating.
Those are unrealistic goals.
You know,
We're trying to set smart goals.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I do resolutions, we're doing goals. Goals are
SMAR. It's an acronym. What's the SMART goal stand for?
Don't ask me that right now. I am
I
not.
know the second one's measurable, and I know the last
Sufferable.
one's time sensitive. So
artistic.
It's like simple,
remembering.
measurable, achievable, realistic,
Reachable.
time
No,
sensitive.
specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time based.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Acronym.
We're going to be doing New Year's resolutions if you haven't caught on to what we're trying to do. And I guess going by the board, I will happily go first since it is the first of the year. And yeah.
For those of you who are not in the studio with us, we have a whiteboard in the recording studio, and that is what Jeremy is referring to.
Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess some of my New Year's resolutions for the year.
You got to stick to them.
No.
We will hold each other accountable.
No.
I don't want to be accountable.
My New Year's resolutions this year, I plan to finish projects that I have been working on, like I said, the movie musical, the musical that I'm working on, but also some of the other media projects that I'm working on, like the TikTok soap opera that we're working on in the background.
Hey, Bridgerton musical.
We're looking at you, Abigail.
It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. It's definitely a soap opera, not a musical. You will see that soon, hopefully.
I think so.
But also plan on expanding our business, like I said, with the media projects. Instead of just being the podcast, we were just talking about it in between the episode and now, where we're looking at getting another podcast in the studio. We don't know how soon yet, but it's gonna happen, and then that's gonna grow up to some more podcasts and some more shows, and probably some new snippets in the episodes and stuff like that. And then one personal resolution for myself is just be more bold when it comes to not just as a person, but like in just when I'm out in the field, like whether it be like relationship wise or socially. Just
You have a sparkling personality.
Thanks.
We need to see more of it.
Yeah, and that's my goal for 2022 is just to not be a homebody. Essentially, it's just
to shine the only way that Jeremy can shine.
Okay.
As Stanislavski would say, make bold choices.
Yeah. No,
I just triggered Ryan.
Ooh, the face Ryan just made. But yeah, no, yeah, those are my 3 resolutions / goals for the year. Please, everyone in this room and everyone on the podcast, hold me accountable because I do plan on finishing those projects and like getting everything that's in my head office out into the actual office, out into the real world. That is my goal for all 3 of those resolutions, and I cede my time.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! That's my my resolutions. Jay, it is your turn.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Well, I'm happy to tell everybody that I got some plans for 2022
with a capital P.
I got some plans for 2022. Few of which are involving, just like changing too much of what I do, but just kind of growing things a bit more. So I'm trying to grow professionally, which is always my goal for every year is to get a pay raise. Because honestly, like, I'm about my money, I'm about my bag, and that can influence the other things that I want to do, like the other goal I have, which is to travel abroad. I've never left the country. And
you and me both, brother.
I have a goal of leaving the country this year.
Let's go.
Probably not this year for me, but definitely within my lifetime, I plan on going to Africa. That's
I've always wanted to go to Africa.
Checklist. I'm going to the motherland where my ancestors came from. That's a definite.
You gotta figure out which country.
Apparently, there's a program that like you can do it for free. I still got to look it up. Stuff like that.
Birthright? That's not what you're talking about.
No, there's a thing that
it's the thing for like it's like for like
Black
African diaspora. If you were
hell yeah,
ancestry, like through your ancestry, you figure out what you are, and then they essentially. They pay like room and board for you to actually go.
Is it certain countries that do
I don't know. That's what I got to look it up. But it's like you essentially you're being paid, like your room and board is paid to go to Africa, essentially.
That would be dope.
Yeah, so I got to figure that out.
You're going to pay for your flight.
Probably. But like I said, I got to figure it out more, but go on, Jay.
And then number 3, to grow more emotionally and, psychologically, I want to go to therapy.
Ooh.
We love a mental health boy. We love a good mental health boy.
I definitely this year and last year I went through a lot of changes that were outside of my control, and have made it through? Question mark?
Oh no, you definitely.
But
from the outside looking in, Jay, you are a strong man.
But I'm trying to I'm trying to grow a little bit more intentionally, and I got some things I want to do for my life, and I think that a little bit of therapy wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting toward those things, and that's the plan, man. Like if I can accomplish those 3 things in 2022, then I feel like I'll be on my way to being where I want to be for the next year.
Hell yeah!
Here's looking at you, 2023.
Exactly. Always looking ahead, but appreciating the present.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, Jay.
And I will cede my time to you, Miriam.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna represent the podcast here as producer and
Blerd Survival Guide resolution.
Hey, share with the folks across the interwebs the Blerd Survival Guide's year goals as a production team. I think that transparency is crucial. So first we've got file our LLC. We want to be a business. We've talked about this since y'all had your first initial conversations.
Yeah.
And then like adding me in, we've always talked about filing the LLC. So getting that paperwork signed, sealed, and delivered.
I'm yours.
Hey. And then one of our big ones was to update equipment, which we have already.
If you look in this room right now.
The upgrade, y'all.
You were a fly on the wall a year ago.
To be in the room where it happened, as I say. But yeah, we've been slowly moving towards this, and today we have made some progress on updating our equipment, thanks to our lovely audio producer, Ryan Key.
Hey, the magical Ryan.
The magical. Love that. And then finally, tying into one of Jeremy's goals, expanding our content portfolio. I think, y'all can check out our YouTube page.
What?
Oh!
Whatever, YouTube.
The YouTube. Blerd Survival Guide on YouTube. And you can listen to all of our podcasts from the past 2 seasons with, just a little pretty visual there. So if you don't have Spotify, you have another option to listen. And hopefully soon you'll get some more video content. Like Jeremy said, some more TikTok content. But yeah, those are all 3 goals. And I think they're solid goals that are attainable, that are smart. Not in, we could write them out and make them better, but I think they are attainable for sure.
We'll follow the LLC by Eid.
By Eid?
Yeah, April.
The holiday, Eid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to spell it in my head. I was like, EDE?
For those of you who do not know, EID, Eid, is a Muslim holiday. There you go.
No, I caught it like after I realized y'all was saying EID. I was like, what is E? Like, what are y'all proceeding to? Like, that's what I was thinking. What are we preceding to? I didn't know.
No, just Eid.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Not proceed, not precede, just the Eid.
Like, I'm very whelmed at this point. Like, all right, Ryan. Any resolutions you have that you want to tell us about? Nodding his head no. Yeah, we're happy that you are here, Ryan. Yeah.
Woo. We hope you've enjoyed your very first Blerd podcast.
I have. I hope y'all sound good.
Oh, I'm sure
we'll find out.
We'll find crystal. Ryan's a talented man.
Ryan, we do appreciate you for A, joining the team, B, being the sound and audio engineer, and C, just being an all-around fantastic person.
Yeah, Amen. Yeah. Amen.
And we appreciate you, our listeners. Good Lord,
you did it on purpose. It's so rude. It's his first day. No hazing.
End this episode on a good note.
No hazing. We do not haze. You do not slurp into the mic.
Not to the new guy.
There were several times where I
was we have fun. We joke.
I joke, I tease.
But for our listeners, we do apologize for that slurping. But also, we appreciate you for listening to this episode. Welcome back to the new year. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and New Year's second day and third day, because this is coming out on the 4th.
And if you're just now listening to us, where can they find us, Jeremy?
We switching it. Oh my God, I don't even know. You can find us on Facebook at Blerd Survival Guide, on Instagram at Blerd Survival Guide, on Twitter and TikTok at Blerd Guide, and you can email us at blerdsurvivalguide@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our socials at jerrybear3295,
at jdub0283.
And also remember, you can shop with us on Redbubble. Just search Blerd Survival Guide, where you can find all of our shirts, hats, caps, anything, magnets, stickers, what have you. And other than that,
keep surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song.
Find us on YouTube.
Two mics, our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide. 2 guys, 2 mics, our producer. Step into the spotlight, survivalist troopers. Come and take a seat with the combo we provide. Every Tuesday, it's the Blerd Survival Guide.